Hello students, in this video we are going to learn about equation of line. So this is a quick revision type of video where I will be just explaining you the concepts which will help you to solve the problems of this chapter. So before I start with this chapter, you should have knowledge of section and midpoint formula for this chapter. So I want to tell, I have already made one video on section and midpoint formula whose link I have shared in the description. If you don't have knowledge about this chapter, go through that video first and then come back here. And also if you know this, then you can directly see this video. Okay, before I start, first of all, a very important thing, I will be writing here section and midpoint formula and also distance formula. So let's start. So suppose I have one line segment AB. AB's coordinates are A's coordinates x1, y1 and B's coordinates x2, y2. And this line segment, or I can say a join of line, it is divided by some point C into 2 points. So the coordinates of point C are x and y, and also at this point you have ratio m1 is to m2. So this C point is dividing this line segment in some ratio m1 is to m2. Okay, so we can find these coordinates x and y, the coordinates of point C, by using section formula. So section formula is x is equals to x1 m2 plus x2 m1 upon m1 plus m2. Y coordinates formula same, y1 m2 plus y2 m1 upon m1 plus m2. So formula is very easy to remember. Always you can see when with x you are writing 1, with m you have to write 2, with x you are writing 2, with m you have to write 1. So same for y as well. So this formula is known as section formula. With the help of section formula, we can find the coordinates of point C. Also, we have midpoint formula. So midpoint formula for x is equals to x1 plus x2 by 2, and for y is y1 plus y2 by 2. So section formula and midpoint formula actually same. Why it is same? Because midpoint formula is actually we are getting from section formula itself when our ratio is equals to 1 is to 1. You can substitute the value here m1 and m2 as 1 and you can see you will be getting this thing only. So this is section and midpoint formula. Now distance formula. When to use distance formula? Whenever we have to find any length. So very important thing, because most of the time I have seen students getting confused like where we can use distance formula. So whenever you have to find any length. So suppose again I am taking one line PQ, line segment. So line segment PQ I am taking, P's coordinates are x1, y1 and Q's coordinates are x2, y2. So suppose I have to find the length of line PQ. So length means PQ. PQ I have to find. So we can find length PQ by using distance formula. Distance formula is under the root x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Or you can also write it as square root of x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square. So with both of these formulas, if you use, you will be getting same answer. Okay, so anything you can use, but x coordinates are together here and y coordinates are together. So this is section and midpoint formula. This is distance formula. Here we have to use it a lot when we are solving the questions of equation of line. Okay, now let's come to our main concept. See, what is equation of line? You might have heard one thing from smaller classes, linear equation. So equation of line is actually a linear equation only. Same thing, first of all I'll be writing is standard form or general form, because whenever you are writing equation it should be in that form. So what is the standard or general form of equation of line? That is ax plus by is equals to c. Ax plus by is equals to c is the standard form of the linear equation or equation of line in two variables. So here also you can see x and y are the two variables present. So you will get the questions here. Find the equation of line. So equation of line we can find by using three different forms. Okay, so I will be writing the forms based on the given thing. You have to choose which form you have to select. The first one is y is equals to mx plus c. This is the first form of equation of line. When to use this one? Whenever m is given to us and c is given to us. M is slope of line and c is y-intercept. So before I move further, first of all I will explain you the meaning of slope and y-intercept. Along with that I will be explaining you the meaning of x-intercept as well. So suppose I am drawing coordinates here. So x-axis, a Cartesian plane I have drawn. So x-axis, y-axis I have drawn. So this is line L. So this line L, you can see with x-axis it is making some angle theta. So the inclination in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, inclination is another word of slope. So inclination in anti-clockwise direction, it is slope. So you don't have to go in depth now, because like I have told you, this is just like a brush up video so that you will be able to do the questions. So whenever slope comes, you just have to figure out first of all angle is in which direction. It should always be in anti-clockwise direction with x-axis. You don't have to see angle with y-axis, always with x-axis, and that too it should be in anti-clockwise direction. If the angle is in clockwise direction, then slope will become negative for clockwise direction. That also while solving questions you will have a clearer picture of this thing. This is slope. Then you can see the same line, it is intersecting x-axis at this point and it is intersecting at y-axis at this point. Suppose this point is point A, this point is point B. So the line where it is intersecting at x-axis, that point is known as x-intercept. So once again I'll repeat, the line, this line whose equation suppose we have to find, where it is intersecting with the x-axis, that point is known as x-intercept. So same way, the line whose equation or whose slope maybe we have to find, that line where it is intersecting y-axis, that point is y-intercept. So in the given example, like in this one, x-intercept is point A and y-intercept is point B. So these are the intercepts. Now second point or second form of equation of line. So equation of lines forms I am explaining you here. First one I have already explained you, that is y is equals to mx plus c. When to use this form? When slope is given to us and when c means y-intercept is given to us. In that case we have to use this form. Second one is when they give second form is this, y minus y1 is equals to m into x minus x1. Okay, so in this form, first of all again slope will be given to us, or along with the slopes they will also give us the coordinates. See, what are these coordinates? These are the coordinates of a line. whose equation we have to find. So these are the coordinates of a line whose equation we have to find. So when these two things are given to us, in that case we have to use this form of equation of line. So third form is x upon a plus y upon b is equals to 1. When to use this form? When a and b is given to us. So what is a and b? A is x-intercept, b is y-intercept. So whenever these things are given to us, these two things, we can make use of third form to write the equation of line. So three forms I have discussed here. First one is y is equals to mx plus c. Second one is y minus y1 is equals to m into x minus x1. Third one is x upon a plus y upon b is equals to 1. So these are the three forms of equation of line. So based on the things which I have explained you, you have to choose. Okay, so now let's discuss few things about slope. So slope little bit I have already explained you. Slope we write with small m. The other word for slope also you should know, that is gradient. So gradient is the other word for slope. Slopes also, sometimes they may give us slopes value or sometimes they may not give us also. So in that case, when slopes value is not given to us, we can find slope by using these formulas. So first one is slope, which is small m, that is equals to tan theta. Second one is m is equals to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So these are the formulas of slope. When to use this formula? When theta means angle is given to us. If angle is given to us, angle which the line is making with x-axis in the anti-clockwise direction, like this I have explained you. If this angle is given to us, or maybe if they are giving this angle, you can find this one. This will be 180 minus that theta. Okay, so when angle is given to us, we will make use of slopes, this formula. When coordinates are given to us, coordinates of this line, you can see, suppose this is a line PQ and its coordinates like x1, y1 and x2, y2. When coordinates of a line like this I have shown here, when coordinates of line are given to us, we can make use of this formula to find slope. Now important things, or you can make a note. So first one, if two lines are parallel, if two lines are parallel, then their slopes are equal. Parallel means like this. Suppose this is line L1, this is line L2, and if these lines are parallel, so slope of L1 I am saying it is M1 and slope of L2 is M2. Then in this case, when lines are parallel, M1 is equals to M2. Second thing, if lines are perpendicular, so lines are perpendicular. So lines are perpendicular means with each other they make an angle of 90 degree, like this. Suppose this is line L1 and this is line L2. They are making an angle of 90 degree with each other. So that means their slope will be equals to negative reciprocal of each other. What does that mean? M1 is equals to minus 1 by M2. Suppose M1, here I will give you example also. Slope of line L1 is equals to M1, which is equals to 2 by 3. Then M2 will be equals to minus of 3 by 2. So they are negative reciprocal of each other, or I can also say their product will be equals to, like M1 into M2, it will be equals to minus 1. You can check also. Like in previous example I have given you M1 is equals to 2 by 3 and M2 is equals to minus 3 by 2. If I multiply M1 into M2, what I am getting? 2 by 3 into minus 3 by 2. 3 and 3 getting cancelled, 2 and 2 getting cancelled, minus 1. So we can see here, when lines are perpendicular, their product is equal, their product of the slopes is equals to -1, or the slopes they are equals to the slope of one line equals to the negative reciprocal of slope of the other line. So very important concepts, we will be using these concepts to solve the questions of equations of line. So I'll be starting with few questions from previous year papers in my next video.